And here we go again, guys.
Shut it down!
Hey, please would be nice. Relax, it's already shut down.
We might have been
No problem.
followed by Vortek.
No, unless you count Lord Vortek being there.
I certainly would.
Yeah, I noticed he was around.
Huh.
What?
Vortex after
What is
something.
that?
We need to rescue our friends. Now.
Indeed.
Well, here's how you make a map where I'm from. I'll use the foundation elements to calculate the dimensional coordinates of Foundation Prime.
Okay.
I'm Wild Style, and I'm not a DJ.
So I guess Expo is going to be figuring that out, but what we'll be figuring out is where we are headed next in just a moment. Of course, what's going on, everybody? Of course, my name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gents, welcome back to another part in our LEGO Dimensions adventure. We're getting ever so closer towards the conclusion, or at least that seems to be the case. Now we are kind of nipping at the heels of Vortek. We have finally gathered enough of these elemental components to formulate a map, to formulate coordinates to find where he is, and more importantly, where all our friends are, because of course he has kidnapped all of them, and we're trying to get them all back. So not only are we trying to stop him from combining and destroying all the dimensions and basically taking control over the entire realm, but we're also trying to get our friends back. So hopefully we'll be doing exactly that in just a moment. So here we are, guys, diving into the next portal. And let's see where we end up next. Let me know in the comment section below, where do you think we are headed as we are about to land. Uh-oh. Okay, interesting. What is this?
Shouldn't we be over there?
Yes. So much for that toaster's calculations.
It could have been worse. Just a little way off and...
What?
That was unexpected.
It's solid. Hang on a second.
Whoa, that is so strange.
You know, we should watch where we
Alright,
stand.
we gotta use carrots, I guess. Only carrots. Only carrots can spawn more walking points. So we are using carrots and nothing else from now on. This is a very different looking level, that's for sure. Alright, we have yet to go to the Chima Realm and Lego Movie, but maybe we don't actually get to travel there. I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll find out over time. Okay, well, we know where we're supposed to go. Can't interact with that. And the arrow is pointing us clearly to go this way. So let's continue, I guess. Alright, there's our first puzzle showing up. And what do we got on that side? Well, there's our keystone. So we have a little bit of a problem here, because the keystone is on one side, but the puzzle is on another. So we need to figure out how to get from point A to point B, so to speak. Alright, let's see. So, woo. That is really cool. Look at that. The way that the actual stairs light up. That's a cool touch. I like that. Alright. So, there's our keystones. Whoa. There are plenty of keystones all around here, including the teleporter one, which is interesting. I wonder what's the necessity of that. Do they need to light up? Okay, I'm not even sure. Okay, I'm really uncertain as to what the point of that is right now. Maybe once we activate more elements, we'll be able to actually interact with it. But for now, I think we just need the scale keystone. And we're going to go ahead and make our way over to here, because there's a puzzle to solve. The music is like getting really intense right now. This is pretty crazy. Alright, so let's go ahead and get Gandalf to become a little bit bigger. Or a lot bigger, I guess. We're going to need to put that there. Where's the rest of our squad? And why are they all the way back here? Come back here. Gandalf, don't leave! Gandalf! Why did Gandalf leave? We needed him, like, right here to help us out. Here we go. We're gonna make our way through. Do I need to be here? Yep, okay. So there's a button prompt. Next up, we need to go ahead and transform to Gandalf. Who's gonna grab that. And then we need that in the top position there. So there we are. Wait a minute. Actually... well, yeah, I think that should work. Okay. Let's see. So what I'm wondering about is... this. Wait. Batman, shrink. Then Batman grow. Now the reason why I did what I just did, guys, is because of this. Because I would... Wait, can I not get up there? Okay, what if I got way larger? Aha! Because I wanted to grab that purple stud right there, as well as the other two blues. And that seemed like a pretty easy and convenient way to go about things. Okay, there we go. Now we gotta shrink back down, and then we gotta go back to Batman, shrink him down, as well as... No. Transform back to... There we go. Actually, can't I just do... Oh, okay, I can't. Alright, that was fair enough. I was gonna say, can't I just do that? And wouldn't that just work? Uh-oh. Wait a minute. I need to gain control of Batman. Put him there. Then make him large again. Then back to wild style we go. And here's our secondary button prompt. So let's see what this does, shall we? Alright. Aha! Well, look at that. Now we know why we had those teleporters. Now we know how to activate them. We gotta have 3 characters, of course, present on all of the different parts. So that's something that we can certainly accommodate now, which is pretty fantastic. So let's make our way back across this whole area, and then we're gonna need to do the next keystone, or activate the next keystone, I should say. There's also the elemental keystone there, which is interesting because I'm not really sure how it's going to be applicable in terms of what abilities we're going to need to apply right now. So we'll see in a moment, hopefully, how that will all come together. But we, of course, know what our next task is. And that's to get everyone on a different base. And hopefully get each of them to drop. There we go. Bam. On one of the buttons. It's Ghostbusters! Something strange. Oh my god, it's Steve Marshmallow Man. Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters! Let's do this thing. Okay, I gotta calm down. I'm getting into too much Ghostbusters mood. What is that? Okay. Those do look like 3 elements, to be quite honest. So I guess now we know how the elemental stuff is gonna be applied. Let's go ahead and hit that, and now it's time to bring in the elemental powers. So we're going to need to, I guess, scale through each one of those to make it across, maybe? Or I guess you could pick and choose which one you want to use. Alright, let's see. Oh, whoa. That's pretty spooky. I guess if you stand on those for too long. Here we go. Nope. Nope. Okay, trying to figure out what the correct pathway is. This is a really cool puzzle element. I really do like this quite a bit. There we go. Anything here? Nope. No, we don't. Okay, there we go. We figured it out. It took a little while, but we did it. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, if we have to use that kind of passageway to get all the way over there, that's gonna take a while. Luckily, that's not the case. Oh my! Okay, here we go. Alrighty, guys, so here we are, back in the swing of things. I'm not really sure what had occurred there. It seemed like there was just some sort of an error that had popped up during that moment, so I apologize about that. Just had to reset, and we are back. Here we go. Alright, I'm using, of course, the Joker Mobile here, primarily for gaining some multipliers. That hurt. Backwards. Backwards has never been so effective. Oh my goodness, we just got an unbelievable amount thanks to that. So, definitely acquire that, guys. That's a quick way to try to get yourself that rule breaker status. Alright, so let's see. What have we here next? Uh-oh, there's Vortek and his face, so we know that that's branded. Let's see. Alright, we're going to take the Batmobile off just for the time being. So, interesting. There's got to be a way to build through that, I guess. Whoa! Okay, well, there goes our passageway. I guess Vortec didn't want us to go through. Let's see. What's on this side? We have some flaming components. Unfortunately, we don't have the elemental. Oh, we do. Okay. Well, that works. Now, that is interesting. So, we're going to go into the fire mode. And then jump across. And we've made it over to here. So let's see. Am I supposed to put these somewhere? Oh, okay. Gotta rebuild his face. Really? We're not even fans of Vortec, and we gotta rebuild this. Why do we have to do that? But then again, we gotta do it in order to get to him. Alright, what have we there? Looks like a button prompt, as well as an activation point. I'm not sure if that is actually a button there. Are we supposed to interact with that in any way? It doesn't look like we can pack it or anything like that, so let's just make our way back all the way across. Then we're going to go to this side of things. Alright, Gandalf, get into lightning mode. There we go. Just gotta avoid all those flames. And we made it. Now it's the same thing yet again. Just gotta put his face back together. There we go. Alright, and there's another activation point. So now we have both blue and red fully active. So now all we have left to do is come up and activate the yellow component of the Chroma Key Stone so that then we can get that thing launched. And hopefully that final component is going to be right here. Whoops, that's going to the bottom actually. That's going to go up top. And there it is, beautiful mug. Alright, so there we are. All three components have now been activated. I guess I understand what the red dot over there was. This is kind of indicating to us what colors the actual bases are supposed to be, which is interesting because now they're floating, so we don't have them in such a pattern. But we can, of course, figure it out that orange would go on the left-hand side, purple is going to go on the right-hand side, and then we have blue, red up top. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go with Batman to go in the middle, and he will be with red. So we're going to turn him red. There he goes. The orange is going to be red and yellow. So we're going to go ahead and put him there. And then last but certainly not least, we need purple, which is going to be, of course, blue and red. So we're going to put Gandalf onto the blue side of things and then add Batman in there. And I think that is a puzzle solved. Am I correct? Something's happening. Hopefully it's nothing bad, because hopefully we just put that puzzle together properly. Alright, so it looks like we're going to need another set of teleporters available to us to get all the way up there to those cubes, because those are quite out of reach. Oh, okay. Yellow, red, blue. Yellow, red, blue. Okay. Interesting. Are they supposed to go in that order? Yellow, blue. Interesting. Okay, we'll find out. Hopefully. Whoa! Are you kidding me? These things just give studs? That's pretty awesome. Let's go back around and get the studs on this side too. Because why not? Seems like a pretty good idea to me. There we go. Get all the studs that we possibly can right now. Because we're very close to rule breaker status as it is. I'm actually interested. Was there any other keystones that have become activated? Nope. Okay, just the elemental ones are still active. So we could activate those yet again, but right now we don't necessarily need them. At least not at this very moment. Okay, so let's come back down here, get all these. And 1, 2, 3. And last but certainly not least, number 4. Alright, so right here, I did see a blue stud. Let's get that as well. Can't deal with these cracked walls, at least not right now, of course. We don't have the specific abilities for that. And over on this side, yep, there's another stud. Oh, wow, actually, there's a lot of studs right there, guys. Definitely take advantage of that. And there's, of course, an interaction point there that we cannot do anything about either, at least not right now. Okay, so we gotta do these in the order that was shown to us. So, yellow goes first. Wait, I've got to be Batman for that. Yellow goes first. Then we go to red. And then we go to blue. Correct? we get it right? Yes, we did! Alright, slowly but surely, we are getting closer. Yes! Alright, we have our good buddies, old pals, Doc Brown, Marty McFly, and of course the DeLorean time machine? Was that supposed to happen? Because I feel kind of guilty about that. What was that? It just drives right off the cliff like that? That doesn't seem appropriate. But okay, I guess it is what it is. Let's go ahead and summon our vehicle of choice. Our lovely Joker-mobile slash Batmobile. To activate the next point. I'm not going to use a vehicle for this because this is going to be dangerous to utilize a vehicle on these little platforms. Alright, I'm just supposed to carry on. There we go. I'm just kind of walking around trying to activate all the greens as much as I possibly can. Okay, seems like we gotta head this way now. And okay. It seems like as soon as you activate the green point, that's when the next barricade comes up. So that's kind of the key element that you want to be following. Okay, we've activated the green. And no! How could I mess that up? I was doing so well. Oh. Interesting. What? Is this all red? That means that there's two different passageways, no? Doesn't it? Except this pathway is like taking us away from where we wanted to go. Okay, interesting. Where does this lead then? I am intrigued. That's for sure. Okay, that is not it. That is not it either. Okay. I'm interested. I just really want to find out where this goes. It's got to lead somewhere interesting. There we go. Ooh, what is that? All right. Of course, they're cracked Lego. There are lots of characters that have that particular ability. Vehicles and gadgets. Unfortunately, that right now. Just carry on and get her back on our merry way and continue over to this side. Okay. So here we go. We know where we gotta step next. Okay, continue, bring it on. We're doing pretty good right now, all things considered. Okay, two different passageways yet again. One leads this way. Okay, interesting. Wild style. Would you like to collect these studs? Oh, wow. Okay, that's pretty awesome, guys. Definitely take advantage of that. That's a pretty great boost right there of studs. Why not? Take advantage of getting a few extra studs added to your collection. Seems like a pretty good idea. All right, we are staying on track right now. So far, so good. I think, at least. Okay, there we are. All right, we solved that puzzle. And something tells me there's another... Yep, I was gonna say, another group of bad guys incoming. Alright, I have to be careful when I fight these guys, because it is nice to get all these studs and such for the multiplier, but I don't want to drive off. Okay, I mean, it kind of worked out until the point where we made that despawn by mistake. There we go. Let's take down all these different foes. We got everything. Stopperman works. Robo-swats. There's like just about everything and anything that you could think of battling us at this point. It's kind of crazy. Come on. Bring it on. What a times 10 multiplier at one point. We've already reached rule breaker status, by the way, which is pretty awesome. Very happy about that. Alright, so let's see. Identified our next puzzle. I'm gonna go ahead and despawn the Batmobile for now. Careful. Alright, so we need shift. There we go. And let's see. What order do we start this in, right? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Alright, so I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and grow Batman up. And go with that. Style. Go ahead and shrink you down so you can get through this path. And let's start operating this, hopefully in order. There we go. So that's components that we needed. Great, good stuff, good work. Let's see. I guess the decision here would be Batman. Pick that back up. And that's going to be flung this way now. Alright. We gotta get past... Oh, okay. I thought that there was a gate there. Correct. Alright, Gandalf. Shrink down. Then get bigger again, because we need to get through this passageway. Whoa. What's happening? Why did that appear already? Okay, purple, green, and red. That's pretty clear. We got that. Figure that one out. Alright, well, we can't get there yet, so I guess by process of elimination, we gotta go over here first. That button prompt. Come back around. Activate this, and now we have yellow active as well. Now, it's blue. Yep, right up this little staircase right here, so I think we're going to be able to activate our Chroma Key Stone at this point. Again, additional studs right here. You haven't get the studs count, yet. Purple and blue. Those are always optimal. So do a little bit more batching, and you can get extra studs right there. Alright, now we have got to go to the chroma side of things. So we have green on the right-hand side. It's going to be blue and yellow. What's in the middle? Is that red? Or is that purple? I think that's red. So that means that wild style is going to be the middle color. Batman's on the left-hand side, so that's going to be purple. So we need blue for that. Let's get that real quick. Okay, and then wild style is going to step on that. Perfect. So we have half of the process finished. And then Batman just needs to step on that. And I think we got all three colors correctly. There we go. Those things disappeared like Tetris blocks. That would be a cool dimension to visit, right? Tetris? Maybe they'll do that. It'll be like a Tetris expansion. Okay, so we know what keystone we're going to be required to use next. Okay, that looks very bizarre. What is that? Did you see that? That's interesting. Because those things are shifting and they're moving. I guess we'll see how that will work. Let's go ahead and activate that. Get our teleporters active. Okay. So let's see. I guess my best chance would be to go ahead and... Okay, yeah, that didn't work. I'm guessing that's like a gravitational pull that's happening there. Alright, so the next one that we can activate is probably blue. And I'm gonna go for yellow. There we go. And then I can't see pink right now, but I'm gonna guess that it's just about ready to rock. Nope, it was not ready to rock. It is ready now. Can we make it quickly before it spins? Oh no, okay. Well, now I'm just wasting studs, so let's be patient and just hold on. We have 2 out of the 3 already active, so we might as well just take our time here for a moment, wait, and then use the teleporter appropriately. Come on. Is it in position now? Yes, it is. And there we go. Alright. So we've activated the portals yet again.